So the last time we done the chapter number 5, we completed this chapter. The name of the chapter is the mapping skills. In this, we see some of the things. Right now, I am giving you the overview of that chapter. And after completing the overview of that chapter, we will go towards the chapter number 6, which we already started. The name of that chapter is the weather and the climate. So for the chapter number 5, let's get started. So we are done with the reviewing of the chapter 5. Now we are coming back to our chapter which we are doing. Okay, the chapter number is 6. It's a weather and climate. So in the chapter number 6, we discussed in the yesterday's class that what is weather and what is climate. Both things, weather and climate, are different. If someone is saying that the weather and climate are same, it's false. If someone is saying weather and climate are not same, it's true. Weather is basically related to the short period of time. It's related to the short period of time. The atmosphere for a short period of time makes a weather. The atmosphere for a short period of time, it's called a weather. And weather is technically the changes in the atmosphere within a short period of time. And what is climate? We see the climate. Climate is different from the weather. Why they are different? Because climate is first difference between climate and weather. Climate made from many years. Climate describes average weather conditions over a long period of time in a given place. So it took much years. It took many years. The weather data is collected over many years, often as long as 30 years, less than 30, or maybe more than 30, and all the things calculated from that data. Weather data collected include the temperature, rainfall, precipitation, and wind. So, how we can find out the climate? Because of the four things, with the help of or the record of temperature. That what is the record of the temperature in the previous year of that area? What is the record of the rainfall in that area? What is the ratio of water in the air? Precipitation means the ratio of water in the air, the presence of water in the air. So, what is the ratio of the water in the air throughout the year or the last year? What is the ratio of the wind? What is the speed of the wind? What is the pattern of the wind in the last year? So, all these things make a pattern regarding any area, any city, or any country. Switzerland, they are giving the example of a Switzerland that it's said to have a temperature, said to have a temperate climate. What is meant by temperate climate? It means that they have all the four seasons. What type of seasons? Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. All these seasons are there. So summer is a hot season. In autumn, it's in between winter and summer, so it's not that much hot. Okay. In this autumn, the leaves of the plants are getting down on the ground, and in the winter there is so much cold, and in spring the new leaves starts growing in the trees, so there is a greenery in the spring. So these are the four seasons they are giving the example. The four seasons shows that there is a temperate climate in that area. So everybody open the page number 66. They are giving the example on the page number 66 that on the other hand, they are giving the example of the Pakistani city that it also has a moderate temperature, which is not too hot or too cold. Okay. And they are saying our desert is very hot in day and very cold at night. So this climate differs according to the place. It varies from country to country. It varies from cities to cities. Some cities have a cold temperature, means cold climate. Some cities have a hot temperature or a hot weather. It means that hot climate all the time. So all these statements, all these things which we see about the desert, about the Pakistani city Karachi, and about the Switzerland, all these things tell us what the place is usually like. The statements are based on the climate data collected over a long period of time. So they make a record, they take a record of the things every day to make a climate of that specific region. So there's a figure for 6.3. A desert experiences great differences in day and night temperature. Yes, in desert the temperature differences are much in day and in the night time. Mohammed Disogi ask a question. What is precipitation? Okay, I explained this word. I will explain you this word again once I finish this one. Okay, so we see some examples of the places. We see the example of a Switzerland. We see the example of a desert. So all these places have a weather, but weather stays for a short time, and climate is based on a long period of time. So now there is a topic 6.2. The topic is 6.2. Can you name another planet besides the Earth? So, can you imagine or can you name another planet beside the Earth that has life on it? Yes, you are right, Hassan, that they doesn't have any life. They doesn't have any life. The answer is no. They are saying the book is saying probably no. But right now the scientists are working on it to finding the life outside the world. The Earth is very special planet. Till now there is no any planet. Till now, till now we are reading this book. There is no any planet on which we found any life. Earth is a very special planet, not just because it is our home, but also because it is the only planet that is able to support life. We didn't found any other people on the other planets. We only found the life on our Earth. Why do you think this is so? Is there anything that is special about our Earth? Yes, the Earth is surrounded by a layer of air called the atmosphere. So there is a layer of air on the earth. That layer of air is called the atmosphere, and it is very suitable to the human needs to take breathe. The other planets are also surrounded by an atmosphere, but Earth's atmosphere is special in many ways. How? How Earth atmosphere is different. So the Earth atmosphere mainly contains of nitrogen and oxygen. It consists or it contains nitrogen and oxygen. It also contains a small amount of carbon dioxide and water vapor. What is containing or what is consisting these things? The layer of air on the earth. The atmosphere consists of nitrogen and oxygen. It contains a small amount of carbon dioxide and water vapor. The combination of nitrogen and oxygen and carbon dioxide, other gases and water vapors. So there are five particles. We see the five particles. What are these five particles in the atmosphere? We see the carbon dioxide. Okay, let me mark it here. We see the carbon dioxide, we see the nitrogen, we see the oxygen, we see the water vapor. But there is one more thing. There are some gases which are very less, but they are there. So we see the five particles for the atmosphere. We have a nitrogen. 78% we have a nitrogen in that atmosphere layer. We have oxygen, 21% in that. We have carbon dioxide, other gases, and water vapors. All these things make 1% of that 100%. Carbon dioxide, water vapors, and other gases. They make 1% of it. And 21% is oxygen. So 78% is a nitrogen. So all these things are just suitable or perfect for any living thing to survive, to take breathe. If there is too much carbon dioxide, for example, the earth may become too hot for living things as carbon dioxide absorbs heat. Did you hear the word global warming? That word means the people are running the cars, running the factories, or burning the coal, or burning the things which produce the smoke. So, all these things are basically producing a carbon dioxide. And when the carbon dioxide is released, the heat, the atmosphere get hot, and ultimately our earth get hot. That is a global warming. When we burn anything, and by burning that thing, there is a gas released from that burning. That gas is a carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide make the earth warm. Why? Because it absorbs heat. It absorbs heat. And ultimately earth become hot because of that carbon dioxide. The atmosphere of Venus, the atmosphere of Venus, for example, is made up mainly of carbon dioxide. What is Venus, by the way? What is Venus? Who is going to tell? Venus is a planet or Venus is a place? You can tell in the chat. Okay, that's good, Hassan. So we are talking about the Earth. Earth has an atmosphere layer. There is a word Venus. Venus is a planet or Venus is a place. That's good. So you guys knows it. Ashal, Abdurrahman Ayman, Mohammad Disogi, Ayad, Mohammad Ahmad Mazin, Saifani, Usama Muad, Ziad Nasir. Yes, it's a planet. Daniel, that's great. So, including Hassan, Humam Adil, Daniel, Ziad, you guys said it correct. It's a planet. Yes, exactly. Abdul Rahman Muhammad shared a very good thing with us. He remembered this point from the previous chapter. He shared the point that the atmosphere of Venus is carbon dioxide and that's why it's hot. So Abdul Rahman Muhammad shared a point that the temperature is 500 degree, which make it hottest planet beside Mercury. Excellent, Abdul Rahman Muhammad. Excellent. You picked the very good fact. Very well done. So, yes, you are right, Hassan. The rotation speed of the Venus is slow. It's 6.5 kilometer per hour. So, the year is, it took much days to complete the year at Venus. So, we see the example of the planet Venus. Venus is made up of carbon dioxide and thick clouds of acid that completely covers the planet. It also has a thick and a heavy atmosphere. It has a thick and a heavy atmosphere because of those thick cloud of acid. People didn't reach those planets. People didn't reach those planets. Till now, we reached to the Mars and to one more planet. We means the robots. The robots sent by the countries are reached to Mars. Okay? There is no one on the planet. There is no man. These planets are empty. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that you reach to the world and there is no people? Imagine the circumstances. Nobody knows what's there because our machine, our robots can't cover up the whole planet. They are at the some specific place and these planets are very much big, so there is a much chance that there is a life on the other planet, but till now there is no any planet which is which contains the life. So earth is suitable. The reason for the suitability of the earth is that earth has nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapors and other gases, but these things are necessary, but the ratio is also important. For example, if you put salt in our food, the food become tasty. But if you put more salt or excessive salt in the food become useless or become tasteless. We will throw that food out. Why? Because now nobody can eat that food because the salt is excessive amount in the food. Salt is in the excessive amount in the food. So the specific amount of salt is there in the food, then the food will be perfect. So the specific amount of the nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide, including other gases and water vapors, makes it a suitable life for living. Suitable place to live or for living. Because life grows in these particles. Okay. So Hassan shared this point. Yes, Hassan, you are right. Hassan is sharing the fact about the Neptune that there is a rain of diamonds on it. Yes, you are right. There is a rain of diamond on that because all these planets have a different atmosphere. In some atmosphere, in some planets, there is a weather of acid, there is a rain of acid, but they have different planets. So life at those planets, as a human point of view, is nearly impossible. But Allah can create anything, so there may be any life which Allah can create. From our perspective, from the human's perspective, it's not possible to survive in the acid, because we know that acid will burn our human body.